Morning guys, as mentioned today going through the Q&As or the questions that were sent to me during the week regarding the brand change, and yeah, just going to cruise through them, read them out one by one, and hopefully give you guys a little bit more clarity on what's happening moving forward. So we'll keep the names anonymous as well, just to be safe. So number one, will we still be doing CrossFit workouts? Yes. And if not, how different will the workouts be? Maybe some examples. So yes, I mean, especially with that side of the gym or the group side of the gym, a lot will say the same. We have potential now to, like I said originally, explore some different principles and methodologies and try and build them in. But in terms of doing CrossFit workouts, I think the definition of CrossFit has changed over the years as well, and everyone does have a different definition. So you're just going to get a lot of the same, and as we've discussed as coaches, we're going to try and improve that as much as possible, but there's not going to be a drastic change. We're not going to overhaul the whole system and workout scenario for classes, so you've got absolutely nothing to worry about there. Yeah, we just might dabble in a little bit of different stuff and see how we go with that and explore. Next up, will the class structures remain fairly similar, i.e. a bit of strength / accessory work followed by a killer conditioning session? As mentioned in the last one, yes, with the classes are going to remain relatively the same in terms of flow and how that the lesson plan sort of plays out in a class. So we'll keep dabbling with the strength work, the barbell work, gymnastics work, conditioning work, just like we do every day. So no real changes. Question 2, what new things will you be introducing? So the biggest change that'll be noticed will be on this side of the gym. So in terms of what I've been studying with individual design, we have a greater capacity to reach more people now. So we want to use that as an area where we can access and, like I said, create a space for people that need specific things. So they can go on there and do that, personal training, etc. So that is not going to affect what happens in the main classes. So we're just broadening the scope of what we do as a business. And as I said in the original video, we felt a little bit limited by that, by having CrossFit as the mainstay of the logo or the branding. But now we can get a bit more adventurous and serve more people and have greater capacity to do that. So more on this side of the gym will be noticeable. On that side of the gym, relatively the same. All right, serious questions here. So we're going to dig real deep. Can I still take my shirt off while training? Will fist bumps still be okay? Will we be getting mirrors in the gym? Pec deck machine? Will we still be able to call each other brah, B-R-A-H? So the answer to most of those questions is absolutely yes. We keep rolling with that. We haven't confirmed mirrors or a pec deck as of yet. It could happen. We'll see, but that's not on the agenda for now. Everything else is staying, absolutely. Alrighty, so next up, can we still use terminology such as WOD, EMOM, AMRAP? Yes, that all stays the same. It's not trademarked, so there's not going to be any strange acronyms, I believe they're called, that'll be thrown your way from here. All Stars, if no longer an affiliate, does that mean that All Stars under the Chamber, no All Stars under the Chamber banner? We are still affiliated. We're affiliated till January at the very earliest, and we'll reassess what we want to do there. So we just don't have it as, like I said, the mainstay of the name. We can still compete at All Stars, we can still do in-house comps, we can still do the Open, we can still do whatever the hell we want. Like I said, this just means we're not completely restricted or owned by that one word in our branding. So yes to All Stars. What's the vision for the chamber in contrast to the CrossFit chamber? So as I mentioned before, we're broadening our reach or our capacity to engage with people and help people in terms of the individual design and personal training and having an area that's more accessible. And in the group format, again, after discussing stuff with the coaches, we have more of an ability to experiment and introduce things which we haven't dabbled in quite as much. So yeah, it's exciting to be able to explore and bring new things to you guys. But again, the mainstay of the group classes will be the same. Next up, what will we be offered in terms of training, more personalised programs? So I've already touched on that with the individual design. If people are seeking that, again, there's greater reach or capacity to actually do that. Same with personal training, with your preferred coach. changes on price or cost or membership options, that's all staying the same at the moment. So there's no changes there. You're not going to have an increase in price or a reduction in price. There'll be different pricing structures for different services, like the individual design / personal training. But again, the group format won't be changing at the moment. It won't be hard to figure out who this one's from. I have a question regarding keeping the tank full. If we are no longer going to be the CrossFit chamber, how will I be able to get all of the CrossFit? Much love, Anonymous. So you'll still be able to get all of the CrossFit or CrossFit style training. Nothing to worry about there, plus a little bit more. Please consider changing the chamber logo from orange to green. It suits my complexion better. So we're not going to go green, because I'm too pale to wear green, so we're not going down that road. But hey, we might explore some colours or no colours, but you'll soon find out. Stay tuned. Straight shooter question, this one. Are we staying affiliated? So currently, yes, we are. We're affiliated up until January, as I said, at the very earliest. But we have no reason to really reassess that. There's obviously been some change over the last 24 hours with CrossFit, new ownership, all that sort of stuff. So yeah, we can wait and see how that plays out, but it doesn't really affect how we need to operate now or any further decisions, especially up until January, because we are paid up and affiliated till then. So yeah, we've got a little bit of room to play and room to move and see what eventuates with the change. Good question. What are my hashtags now? We'll release them very soon. Stay tuned again. This one was probably my pick of the bunch. Good times. Congrats on making the decision to move on from the CrossFit brand. My question is there anything we can do as members to help you and the coaches during this transition? Very thoughtful by this person, but I think everyone's just doing what they're doing, continuing going, asking questions if they have questions, and it's our job to answer them and make you guys feel safe and confident in the direction we're going. And yeah, there's been, not that I'm aware of, there's been no sort of cattiness or anything involving the decision. So yeah, let's just keep it like that and keep it positive. Yeah. Next up, aside from the fun, social and community elements, if I trained at a swim school, I'd be a better swimmer. Or if I trained at a running club, it's to be a better runner. And training with the CrossFit methodology, for me anyway, was about getting fitter. My question is, what is training at the new chamber going to be about? So as I said originally, we're going to keep the same values or the core values with the culture, the community, and that was when CrossFit sort of began. That was one of the defining characteristics which were different compared to a normal gym. The methodology was obviously very different from the norm when it was just sort of bodybuilding and aerobics and whatnot. But now I feel like as we've evolved through time, there's a lot of sort of the functional stuff going on everywhere. So we're still going to follow CrossFit methodology to a degree, and we're just going to make you fitter or better at fitness in general, which is CrossFit as well. So yeah, nothing to worry about there. A lot of the same, and we'll still maintain the fun, the social and the community elements, of course, as a priority. Next up, a few queries. Are we still going to do CrossFit WODs, or will it be similar to HIIT style workouts but just won't call it CrossFit? So I've already answered that one a few times. Does this mean we can potentially have more specialised classes and workshops like gymnastics, similar structure to Ollie, where the focus is gymnastics, technique and practice? Absolutely. So obviously Olympic lifting, especially post-COVID, has been flying. So, you know, people want to go down that route of specifying, and that's cool. And again, CrossFit is very much a broad training methodology, if you like, where we're not specialised with anything. We can now have the potential to start looking at specialising with things like gymnastics, weightlifting, all that sort of stuff, if the demand is there as well. And we definitely want to explore that stuff. So yes. Can we still wear and sport the CrossFit Chamber apparel? Absolutely. I'd be saddened if you didn't. Still wear it with as much pride as you generally would or previously would. I'll be doing the same. Nothing changes there. We're still, you know, we've got 11 years of history under that one banner. So yeah, for that to be completely forgotten wouldn't sit well with me. So keep repping the chamber, all the stuff that we've got moving forward as well. Definitely. Good questions. Thank you. All right, guys, that wraps up the Q&A. So thank you for all those questions. Very much appreciated. And clearly there was some confusion. I may have not been as clear as what I wanted to be with the original video, but hopefully that solves some questions for you there. And yeah, it's an exciting time. So there's going to be some change. Some things will be left the same, like I said, especially with the group format. We're just broadening our capacity to reach more people and help more people, that's our job working in this gym, is to help people achieve what they want to achieve. So extending that out and yeah, holding on to all the good stuff that is the chamber. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Thank you.